Hi, I'm Captain Mission. Big picture thinking starts here. Dr. Aniel Barbe walks us through the heart of the combined offering plan, why it matters and how it serves the mission.
The combined offering plan, a facilitator to mission. Sometime after the great disappointment of 1844, our Adventist pioneers gained a renewed understanding of their mission through the study of Revelation chapter 10, verse 11. You must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, languages, and kings. This insight sparked a missionary movement that saw local success and later grew into a global outreach initiative. The pioneers rapidly realized the importance of finances to adequately support their missionary endeavors. As early as 1858, the pioneers set up a commission to study the scripture for God's instructions on giving. A major finding that came from the study of 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 1 to 2 was the concept of regular and systematic offerings. It consists of 4 key tenets. Planning ahead, the first day of the week, personal participation, each one of you, proportional giving, in keeping with your income, and solidarity, collection for the Lord's people. These principles form the bedrock of giving within the Adventist Church. After some years, in 1876, the World Church adopted the tithing system, which also includes regular and systematic offerings. When the implementation started in 1879, the impact on mission was huge. Church historian Novakova wrote, "The new plan was implemented beginning the first week of 1879. It came at just the right time for the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Foreign missions and the rapid expansion of the church were greatly enhanced by the increased resources that came in through following the Bible tithing plan." Several years later, the church leadership recognized the need to provide additional guidance to members regarding offerings. The goal was to ensure that all areas of the church work received adequate support. To achieve this, structured offering plans were developed. In 1918, the calendar of offerings was introduced. It outlines offerings destination categories for each Sabbath. These offering designations were communicated to members in advance, and any unassigned offerings are automatically allocated to the designated category for that Sabbath. You can see an excerpt of the calendar of offerings for the month of May 2025 on your screen. The calendar of offering plan is currently adopted and practiced within the Trans-European Division, the Inter-European Division, and partially within the South Pacific Division. Another offering plan adopted by the church is the personal giving plan. Under this plan, each member chooses how much to give to each of the 3 general categories: the local congregation, the conference mission, the world budget, which includes the union, division, and general conference. Percentages are recommended for each category. Unlike the calendar of offerings, where offering destinations change week by week, this plan encourages members to divide each offering they give among the three general categories and to choose any special projects they wish to support. This is the giving plan adopted and practiced within the North American division. The implementation of these two offering plans have often revealed a major weakness and imbalanced support across the different levels, ministries, and initiatives of the church. Many members under the personal giving plan tend to support only specific projects or causes based on personal interest. Similarly, those under calendar of offerings would adjust their giving depending on the designated destination for a particular week. In both cases, promotions and personal preferences heavily influence the distribution of offerings. Additionally, a deficiency in knowledge among members about the church structure and mission initiatives would affect their giving pattern. As a result, various branches of God's mission are left unattended. To address some limitations of the existing offering plans, a new plan was tested and then adopted by the Southern Asia Division in 1989. It was called the Comprehensive Stewardship Plan. In October 1989, the General Conference Annual Council voted to authorize the alternate tithe and offering simplified plan. More recently, at the 2002 spring meeting, the following actions were taken: to approve the term combined offering as the official name for the simplified offering system, and to recognize the combined offering plan as the giving system recommended and promoted by the General Conference. Let's take a closer look at the combined offering plan, the giving system recommended and promoted by the General Conference. In this offering plan, all offerings collected at the local church go to a single general fund. These funds are then distributed to various church organizations and functions based on the distribution ratio voted by the General Conference and the divisions. Under the combined offering plan, the local church receives all the regular and other special offerings, including birthday thanks offerings and 13th Sabbath offerings. The funds are then distributed as follows: 50 to 60% is retained for the local church budget. 20% is forwarded to support the development budget of the conference. 20% is allocated to the World Church to support regular and special offerings of the General Conference. If there is an additional 10%, it is used by unions and or divisions as designated. As you can see, any offering brought or given to the church is distributed equitably to support the different church entities and all branches of God's mission. By using a defined distribution formula, the system ensures balanced support to mission work, independent of special appeals or personal preferences. Where giving is not driven by promotions or tied to the funding of a particular project, it definitely reinforces the idea of offerings as an act of worship. Furthermore, under the combined offering plan, each offering assists in fulfilling the church global commission to witness in Jerusalem, in all Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. While the combined offering plan emphasizes that offerings should support all aspects of mission, it also upholds the individuality of donors by respecting the wishes of the donor who designate a specific use for their offerings. Let me share an example. In a territory where the combined offering plan was being practiced, the union and conference treasurers became concerned that too many offerings were being given as designated funds rather than unassigned offerings. Attempting to address this, they took it on themselves to correct the situation, arguing that all offerings, unassigned and assigned, must be distributed according to the combined offering plan distribution formula. However, during their annual audit, this action was flagged as a serious non-compliance issue. They had to revert the money to the specific purposes originally indicated by the donors. Experience has taught us how to effectively reduce the risk of people massively designating their offerings, which can weaken the financial system established by the combined offering plan. Two key practices help mitigate this risk. First, in region where the combined offering plan is adopted, it is important to avoid the frequent promotion of special project appeals. These appeals often lead members to designate their offerings, reducing the funds available for equitable distribution according to the combined offering plan formula. The proliferation of special project appeals may reveal a lack of an annual planning and budget at the local church or even at other administrative levels. Secondly, when and where a special project appeal is truly necessary, it is critical to clearly announce that contributions to the appeal should be above and beyond your regular return of tithe and systematic offerings through your local church. This reminder helps preserve the integrity of the regular offering system while allowing room for additional generosity. When a territory contemplates adopting a new offering plan, such as the combined offering plan, it is legitimate to ask about the potential benefits. As we've seen, the combined offering plan offers several key advantages. It simplifies the distribution of offerings, ensures equitable support for all branches of God's mission, and it strongly emphasizes the act of giving as a meaningful part of worship. Together, these features represent the significant strengths of the plan. However, a critical question remains. Would the adoption of the combined offering plan lead to increased participation in offerings and at a higher levels? Past experiences show that the results are mixed. Some territories have seen an increase in the offerings to tithe ratio after adopting the combined offering plans. Others have observed nothing to no change. and a few have experienced a decline in offerings. While more in-depth studies are required to investigate the outcomes of adopting the combined offering plan, cursory and anecdotal evidence clearly suggests that the COP is not the remedy for reversing the long-term decline in global offerings participation. Other factors, alongside the adoption of the combined offering plan, play a critical role to enhance participation in offerings. I would like to highlight two of these factors. First, intentional and ongoing education about regular and systematic giving for all segments of the church. It has to be said clearly, the combined offering plan is primarily an offering distribution tool. It was not designed to serve as an education instrument. Unless members, children, young people, prospective members, and newly baptized are instructed and reminded that giving offerings is an expression of spirituality and worship, the combined offering plan's distribution formula cannot change the reality about participation. Second factor that is often overlooked by those adopting the combined offering plan is the need to provide transparent and compelling information about how offerings impact mission. As mentioned earlier, the combined offering plan is not based on a calendar of designated offering destinations or on special mission project appeals. While this orientation is philosophically and theologically sound, it can unintentionally create a disconnect between giving and mission in the minds of members, weakening a major motivation to giving. And there is also this lingering question: how is the church using my offerings? Without clear answers, this can lead to distrust and withdrawal from giving. Therefore, territories adopting the combined offering plan should have a structure to ensure clear and regular communication about the use of offerings at every level receiving offerings, and share how offerings are transforming lives. The adoption of the combined offering plans brings with it several important benefits. It enhances the worship experience. Offerings are given as an act of worship, not simply to pay the bills. It strengthens mission. Each single offering supports all essential branches of the church mission, ensuring balanced and consistent funding. It simplifies giving. The system is straightforward for both the giver and those responsible for managing offering funds. When other favorable conditions to giving are nurtured, primarily within the local church, the combined offering system tends to yield its full benefit.